So today, Sony San Diego Studio did a stream on their Twitch channel in which they revealed a new Immortal legend. They also showed off a new event that's going to be coming into the game, as well as showing new position programs and giving us a bit of information about the game as a whole, future content, and just kind of the state of MLB The Show. So first off, let's start off with the brand new Immortal legend, Stan Musial. Stan the Man is making his way into MLB The Show 18. So Stan the Man is going to be acquired like every other Immortal in MLB The Show, but there is a little bit of a twist on how to complete his Immortal program. But first, let's take a look at Stan the Man's attributes in the game. So they showed off his player card and boom, this is Stan Musial. 99 overall diamond, of course, he is an Immortal. There's not going to be an Immortal that's not going to be a 99. He's a right fielder, he can play all other outfield positions as well as first base, and he is a lefty. And he's actually got a lot more power than I was anticipating. Like I had a feeling Stan Musial could be the legend. There was also Ted Williams that was making some waves in the community, but Stan the Man did end up getting it. But if I was going to see a Stan the Man card, I really wasn't expecting to see that much power, so that actually surprised me. But 125 contact, 90 106 power, 125 vision, 108 discipline with 125 clutch, 75-74 fielding with 53 speed, and honestly this card is pretty much just a little bit less good version of Babe Ruth. I mean, if you look at Babe Ruth, he's got like 125 across the board for hitting, I believe. Stan the Man's got a little bit lower power, but I mean, those numbers really aren't that bad. 90 106 power is still really good, especially in this year's game. So the fact he can hit for both contact and power with good vision, and the fielding is fine with 53 speed, this card is just very similar to Babe Ruth, and he's a good alternative if you don't want to do all the exchanges for Babe Ruth, or you don't want to go through all the, the missions you have to do. He's a good little alternative, but I'm still gonna go for both, and Stan the Man, pretty solid card, I gotta say. Now let's talk about the interesting way in which you can actually acquire Stan Musial and the difference between his program and some of the others, at least the way to start it. So I'm actually gonna let the clip play where the developers explain it so you guys can hear it directly from them, because I feel like if I explain it, something might get lost in translation. I will give my thoughts on it afterwards, but I'll go ahead and let this clip play so you guys can understand what they're saying.
Yeah, so how do you actually acquire him?
Right, so if you're new to Diamond Dynasty, for those who are just watching for the first time, you go to the programs, then you hit R1 or L1, and it takes you to the missions. Like that, real fast.
Real fast. Don't do that. Keep Spanish.
I think my button got stuck. So anyway, what you see here are souvenir and autograph and bobblehead exchanges. Now, the way that you've seen these before is that you'd look for these souvenirs in packs. You'd look for them in the marketplace. That's not the case with Stan Musial. As you'll see in the mission screen here, you can earn these items through the Immortal event. We'll have multiple Immortal events through the year. That's a big deal.
Maybe we have one coming up soon.
Maybe we have. Yeah, I think we're going to talk about one real soon. And then future ranked seasons. So let's be clear, right? Stan Musial, Immortal. You cannot purchase any souvenirs or any items that you need for Musial in the marketplace.
And you don't have to purchase any packs either.
And you don't have to purchase any packs. So no marketplace, no packs. Well, you got to just play. And that's the beautiful thing here. So let's talk about how you're going to get this bobblehead, how you're going to get the autograph, and we'll kick it off with an event. Ramon, you want to take us to...
What's our time check for the keyword?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, maybe we should...
3 minutes.
We still got a few.
Still got a few.
So we'll go through this nice and slow.
All right, so
Starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow, we have the first Immortal event. It's Immortal NL Central. It'll start tomorrow, and it'll end on May 23rd. So you got about 5-day work week to play. So what's about this event? It'll be All-Star difficulty.
That's right.
NL Central and common players.
Right.
Max team overall 73. Minimum player overall 60. Very important. And this will be a 6-game event. Now here's another
six inning
event. Little twist, guest pitch on, but it's the guest pitch where you get to move your PCI after the fact.
It's called guest pitch PCI.
It's called guest pitch PCI. So throwing a little curveball in there, change up the gameplay a little bit. Remember, free entries. What can you win by playing?
Right, so we showed you those exchange missions for in Musial's program, and so right here you can win up to 3. You can earn up to 3 of these Musial bobbleheads at your 10, 20, and 30th event win. And along the way, there's also a flashback there, but let me just touch on the bobblehead here. So, you know, the way the events work, again, if you've never played it, you don't ever have your wins reset during this. You just keep climbing, so you can lose as many times, you know, as it takes. But if you want to keep persevering, try to get the 10th, 20th, 30th, that means you can complete that first exchange mission. And I'm going to go back real quick to the program just to make this point. So if you exchange 2 of those bobbleheads right here, which I'll show you the mission here, there's one of them and there's his autograph. So if you get 2 of them, you would exchange right there, and that would take you to 10%, and you'd unlock the first Stan Musial card. So basically, as long as you get 20 wins in this event starting tomorrow, you'll get 2 of those bobbleheads, and you'll have the first Stan Musial card.
And the other thing, so we mentioned that you get him by playing either events or ranked seasons, right? And we also have the the missions, the player-specific missions that you've come to know from the other career arcs and Immortals.
So yeah, there's a couple play missions here, one for the Impact Veteran and one for the Rookie. Yeah.
Right.
But you got to acquire them first to start making any progress there.
So there you go. That's how you will get started on the Stan Musial program. Now there are some programs in the game for Immortals that you have to do something before you can get the first card for that player. Like Jackie Robinson, you have to complete some missions before you can even get a Jackie Robinson card. You need to get to 10%. And Stan Musial is the same way. The difference is that you have to play this new Immortal event, which is coming out tomorrow. And if you get 2 of the bobbleheads, so basically all you got to do is get 20 wins in the event, and you'll be able to get to 10% to get started on the Stan Musial Immortal program. So that's kind of a new way that they're doing it. I mean, I'm not going to say I like it. I'm not going to say I don't like it. You know, it forces you to play another part of the game that you wouldn't normally play. Like play versus CPU guys that are literally only doing missions against the computer to make as much progress in the Immortals as they can. They're now going to have to play a little bit of online play. They're now going to have to play the event, because if they don't play the event and they want to get Stan Musial, it's not going to happen. So you're going to have to play the event a little bit, at least, if you want to get to the Stan Musial progression in the program. So that is overall pretty much all you need to know about Stan Musial in the game. I mean, everything else we don't really know yet, so we know how to get started on the program. That's by playing the event, and we know that his stats are pretty damn good. So now let's move into this Immortal event and actually talk about the restrictions in case you didn't catch it when Tips and Luis and Ramon were talking about it. So the event, I believe, will start tomorrow. I don't believe it starts today. I think it starts tomorrow, and it ends at May 23rd at noon Pacific. Now the rules are you need to have an NL Central team only and common players. So you can use guys from other divisions, but they have to be commons. They only want you to focus on NL Central guys for the purpose of, you're going for Stan Musial. They want you to build NL Central driven teams. Your max team overall has to be 73. Your minimum player overall must be 60. It's 6 inning games. And here's the very interesting thing. Guest pitch is going to be on. Now, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a go. But guest pitch to me does not sound like something that I'm going to enjoy. Like I said, I'm going to give it a fair shot. I'm going to go into the event with no expectations. We're going to use guest pitch and see what happens. But to me, I don't really like using guest pitch. I feel like it's kind of a weird thing for online competitive play. So, I mean, I'm going to give it a fair shot, but right now I'm not too excited about it. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, as far as the rewards, the normal wins per entry rewards are the same, 3, 6, 9, 12. At 12, you get that 85 to 89 Live Series Diamond. 10, 20, and 30 cumulative wins, you will get another Stan Musial bobblehead or a Stan Musial souvenir that you can exchange in the program. And then if you get 25 cumulative wins altogether, you'll get the 91 overall flashback Andrew McCutchen. Here's a look at Andrew McCutchen's stats. He's of course a center fielder. He can play the other corner outfield spots as well. 2012 All-Star card, a right-handed hitter. 89 125 contact, 69 80 power with 65 vision, 84 fielding with 73 arm strength, 82 speed. This guy is not a terrible card. I don't see that many people going out of their way to get him or going out of the way to use him, especially when you have other diamonds like Mike Trout in the game. I mean, if you don't have Mike Trout, this guy could be good, but I mean, I would start Matt Kemp over this guy. And the 125 contact is really nice, but at the end of the day, in MLB The Show 18, power really is king. The nice thing about this guy, though, is he does have really good fielding and he does have good speed, so he's not going to clog up your order in any way like other guys that might not have speed. So for me, this is a nice card. I'm just not really going to be going for him, I'm mainly going to be playing the event for the Stan Musial souvenirs. So next up, we got some more positional player programs to make further progress into the Immortal. So we didn't get any new career arcs. We only got some new positional player programs. But you are going to have to complete these programs to complete the new career arcs in order to complete the Immortals. So just because these programs don't have any progression towards, other programs now, they will sooner rather than later. So you do want to get started on these. So the first guy we have is a brand new starting pitcher program, another Future Stars card. We have 81 overall Fernando Romero from the Minnesota Twins. He's got a 2-seam fastball, a slider, 4-seam fastball, and changeup, so a pretty basic pitch selection. 93-92 velo and break with 72-82 hits and Ks per 9. So this card's not that bad at all. The velocity is pretty good at 93. The break is at 92. So I mean, he's going to be able to have some movement with his pitches. It'll just be interesting to see how he works with pitch speeds this year. Next up, we have a brand new center field program. We have Austin Jackson, 81 overall gold, 2012 breakout card, 87, 79 contact, 51, 53 power with 59 vision, 80 fielding with 82 arm strength, 79 speed. So another center fielder with good fielding, good speed, but not a lot of power, similar to Andrew McCutchen, but McCutchen is a little bit better than this guy. We also have another left field program. This one is going to be Adam Lind, 81 overall gold breakout card. He's a right fielder, or he's a left fielder with a right fielder secondary, excuse me. He's a lefty. He's got 93, 85 against righties. That's pretty good right there. 72, 62 against lefties with 74 vision. His fielding and his speed, they both suck, but you're really only going to have him in your lineup to hit bombs, and really only against right-handed pitching. And last but not least, one of the more intriguing positional programs is third baseman Mark Reynolds. He's an 80 overall gold. He's a breakout card. He's got 97, 88 power. He's basically a right-handed Joey Gallo without the arm strength and a little bit better contact. I mean, this is Joey Gallo, honestly. It's just from the right-handed side of the plate. So, with how good Joey Gallo is in this year's game, I definitely see Mark Reynolds having a lot of intrigue from the community. So that's pretty much all we got as far as content in the San Diego Studios stream, but they did talk a little bit about gameplay. They talked a little bit about the patches that came out last night and future patches that they're already looking into. And overall, I mean, they're doing what they can to try and fix the issues that a lot of the community has. But at the end of the day, the problems that a lot of the community has with the game are most likely so deeply written into the code of the game that it's not something that can be rewritten in a patch, or at least not something easy like that. Like, if you change one thing, you could end up hurting a lot more. So it's kind of in a tough spot right now. I'm not the biggest fan of gameplay in this game, but the content still keeps bringing me back. So hopefully at least, something changes to make it a little bit better, but we'll see what happens in the future, guys. Anyway, that's going to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you're excited for Stan Musial or if you're excited for any new cards coming into the game. Leave all your thoughts down in the comments. I would love to read them. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the new MLB The Show 18 news and information. And that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.